When we have equations like this and we rewrite it as 5x plus 2 plus 7, we're not just ignoring the parentheses or getting rid of them. We're actually using the distributive property with the number 1. So there's a term people talk about this as invisible math. I don't like to call it invisible math. I don't have a better thing to call it though, so we'll call it that. But if we say we have 5x plus 2, we can say we have one group of 5x plus 2. Just like if I add 3a plus 2b, 3 apples and 2 bananas, we have one group of 3 apples and 2 bananas. And by the distributive property, we can multiply everything that's inside the parentheses by the number that's outside of it, or the variable that's outside of it. So 1 times 5x is 5x, and 1 times 2 is 2. So you might be asking yourself, why? This seems completely pointless. Why are we even explaining it like this? It seems more complicated. And the reason is if we have a negative, let's say this was a negative 5x plus 2. Well, that negative is actually negative 1. And if we were just to get rid of the parentheses and say this is negative 5x plus 2, that's incorrect. Because that plus 2 is not actually a plus 2. We're subtracting it. So we are going to distribute this negative 1 into each of these. Negative 1 times 5x is a negative 5x. And negative 1 times 2 is a negative 2, or a minus 2. So when you have a negative outside parentheses, you are distributing that negative 1. The shortcut people say is you just flip the signs. And while that could work, it's not explaining why it's happening. So a little more complicated example, if we had 5 minus 3a minus 2b plus 7, well, there's a secret 1 here. There's an invisible 1. So we are going to distribute that negative 1. And we are left with 5, negative 1 times 3a is negative 3a. Negative 1 times negative 2b is a positive 2b. And negative 1 times 7 is a negative 7. So make sure you are not just thinking of canceling the parentheses, you are distributing a 1.